Hey everyone, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I am kind of exhausted. I think just like the last episode, or maybe a couple before that, I said the same thing. I woke up too early today. I'm probably gonna take a nap later on, but this is like, you guys probably don't care about this, but I have like 3 days a week I can record, right? So if I upload daily, which isn't always the case, you know, I have to record 2 a day and then some, but usually I forget to upload at least once a week. Or like maybe I don't forget, but like I didn't render, or oh god forbid, the worst part about uploading videos, making the thumbnail. It takes like a whole 3 to 4 minutes, and that is honestly what keeps me from uploading a lot of times. Like with my fake grand order stuff, I have like, well, I had a bunch of them ready to go, right? But until November when I'm allowed to upload again. But just thinking about like, oh, I have to make the thumbnail, I have to drag the background, I have to put the sprites in and make them bigger, and oh, and I have to change the number and then add a border behind the number so you can see that is just, ooh. Anyway, well, I never expected this. You know, I've realized that investigation lasted forever, but like, we know so little about what happened still. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? Oh, but I also wanted to say it. I forget if I said this last time. I do really appreciate that this game's having like character work done. That was a big issue for me in the original trilogy, right? Like Phoenix. Well, I mean, even all the games. Like Phoenix isn't like, you know, he's not like a deep character, right? Like he's, which isn't bad, but he's a very static character throughout. Like the only end like depth he has, right, is in his relationship with like Edgeworth and Mia, right? Again, there's no shame in a character not, you know, having a big, what's the word, like, you know, big like, character development, right? That's not a bad thing. But also just, you know, having a narrative where, you know, each case, Yunosuke, you know, kind of grows and changes. That's nice. I like it. Anyway, who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? We're on a study tour of Great Britain, with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Oh, yes, I suppose that's true, but the person in the dock may as well be his or her one and only time in court. It could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, put it like that. You're quite right. Good morning! This, yeah, okay. Mr. Natsume. Good morning. Is this a new theme? Or, no, maybe this was the detention, well, it's not a detention thing. Prison theme. I don't remember now. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. Early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I heard that expression. Really don't want to catch a worm. I tried desperately not to wake up early. I was so worried I couldn't catch a wait. He's me. He's literally me. Happened last night. I tried to go to bed earlier than usual because I was exhausted. And then I woke up like every hour, so eventually at like 3 a.m. I'm like, fine, I'll get up. But so I played Guild Wars 2 for like an hour or two. That's a game I go back to every now and again. Then I went back to bed. Then I woke up at like 7, which on a day off I don't want to get up. Do all literary people take things so literally? That's a pun that only works in English. Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. It's the new Gary's Mod game mode, the sequel to TTT. Really? I feel tremors in the floor. I can't do this. I can't take it. Although, welcome student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? Had a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. Looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, either did I. Do you think the prosecutor's just popular? All the British girls love vampires. You know why that might be, Mr. Zato? Sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. It's all-knowing look on your face. It's just coincidence. Don't hide the truth from me. It's the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Ziegs. Is that right, Mr. Zato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning. And so she did know. And yes, Lord Van Ziegs is on the front page of every one. I knew it. Okay, sorry, checking OBS. Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, did he? It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? About 2 days ago, Lord Van Ziegs returned to the courtroom after a very long case. He was nursing the bullet wound in his shoulder. It sucks though we don't have a metal detector in 1899. Trial of Magnus McGill. Harrowing experience. But I'm sure whatever that hiatus was is going to be very relevant. Probably the final case of this game. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. And obviously, you know, they haven't had a prosecutor be a bad guy in a long time. Well, I mean, he can be a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy, right? We wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon? What appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking. They're speculating various answers. Mundane? Mundane? It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us. Oh dear. But no offense, Mr. Natsume. But so the papers are describing it. Well, lest we forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. There's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire. It's you! Me? Like I'm the main character or something. Suppose that's true. Most times it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. That can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper. Yeah, it's rigged. Please, don't rub shoulders with vampires. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo. Your uncommon bad luck. Look at that. Well, this is just my luck. Why must we be represented by a man with such frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive! The LLL. Hey. Let's not forget. It was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student, new to London, little in the way of experience or skills. Or luck. But I promise you this. I'll fight your corner until the bitter end. I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent welcome student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. He's going back and forth. In a whiplash. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, I'll always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-newcomer system is Mikotomo Esquire is. I'm in your debt forever. Don't ever forget this great kindness for as long as I... Mr. Natsume! Counsel for the defense! Hi, bailiff. Oh, his lips actually move! That's the bailiff. He doesn't have a mustache. Court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way to the courtroom at once. Let's jam. Alright then, Mr. Natsume. It's time. Let's go. Yes! This is it! My second appearance in a British courtroom. Second trial against the Reaper. Hope you're watching over me, because he literally is. He's up there somewhere watching. This time I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. Believe I can do this now. Ready for this fight. Like, he didn't even change his clothes. He just took the headband off and nobody recognizes him. I like that idea. 20th of February, 10 a.m. Old Bailey Courtroom. Hold on, show those jury members again. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is fully prepared. The defense is ready, my lord. So do you say the P? You might say the P. The Nipponese are truly fascinating. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Zato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Don't ask us if we actually believe that. Very true. The most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. Well, it wasn't dark at the end. It was actually rather bright. Very bright. Tragic conclusion came later, of course. He is to the acquitted, and his unfortunate violent end. Oh, that's... Okay, yeah, we got, Bruce Fair Play, #1. Thank you, counsels. See, both sides are in a fine battle. That's actually a really fun way to reuse characters, right? Because, like, there's a lot of, like, side cast makes appear once and never appear again. Unless you're, that one lady, well, unless you appear in 2-4, in which case you're a character that shows up in every game, right? He's like, that one had, the guy from 1-3, it had the lady with the afro from 1-4, it had, her name starts with an A, the codependency lady. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? You never know when you might be down on your luck. I believe in fair play for everyone. Please note. I must warn you, I'm rather ruthless than I appear. That's Giselle Brent. Look at the hat. We never saw her. That would actually be a really cool twist. She was a member of the jury. We never saw her face, so we don't know. Oh well, not me. What you see is what you get. Although her face looks like lower resolution, like in actual characters. I'm a peace-loving fellow. I feel like there may be some. I see. I thought it was her. I wasn't for sure though, like because we only got half a second of it. But, like she might be like called to the stand, so I feel like there's like what's it called? Like not quite like bias works, but I'm thinking of a different word. Conflict of interest. I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that mustache foreigner did the deed. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Ah, sorry, didn't quite catch that. Good, we have a deaf guy, so he's not likely to vote either way. Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Vansey. Very recently, Great Britain intended an alliance with the rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. While our country has extended this foreigner with the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. Kindness. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. What? Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I'll tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst. Bloody oath they are. Look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese, there's a lot of racism going on right now. Come on, let's get this over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. If I catch that. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in the great chamber. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, Lead the inspector in, please. Okay. Inspector first. Classic. Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Is it Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at the Scotland Yard? Everyone in the stands cheers. Yeah, we love you, Gregson. Will you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? Victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. Yeah, funny she wears green. I beg your pardon, Inspector. Thought to be. Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now. Been comatose ever since. What? I don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose. See. Her life is not in danger? Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Ah! Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. So he's not going to be hanged. Well, fortunately, he'll only be attempted murder. The punishment is hanging. But slightly less hanging. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at the street map. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. Sorry, hold on. At an alongside stops known as the victim, Miss Green was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared. She's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. Being unconscious as she is, and unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. I add that to the court record. Thank you, Inspector. Court will accept the documents as evidence. Please? Yep. What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It's removed from the victim's back. Ouch. Big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street now. The heavy blood like that? Almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. With a scragged looking Soseki-san, I suppose. Common or garden jackknife, I'd say. Rather nondescript. Doesn't have like a big M on it or anything. Thank you, Inspector. Court accepts this plate as evidence. Got more evidence this in 5 minutes than we did the whole investigation scene. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? But we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions. Like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. See, well, in that case, we're looking at some deep-seated resentment towards the victim. Right, I couldn't say. It's really weird they're doing this while she's still asleep. Or comatose, sorry. Apart from visiting secondhand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, I've been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
Yes!
If theft and grievance have been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Oh, come on! You're just wasting good alcohol now. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. Also, he probably just killed someone. They're bleeding profusely now. Your words have soured its hallowed bait. Okay? How do you say that word in reference to wine? For it is you, my learned friend, who's being heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. I mean, we shouldn't have faith in the legal system based off sheer faith alone. Dr. Gregson, prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir. Witness testimony. Mr. Natsume's arrest. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good. There's no one else out about but the victim and the accused. Oh, it was only a light fog then. So if they had been watching, they could have seen it from the window. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. Accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. There's been a number of old books he just bought. On his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out whose the books belonged to. We found the bloke to arrest him. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. A photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Yes, I can clearly see the books to which you're referring. Take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Your Nepalese friend. Wait, hold on. That was as good as him as I need to do. Shit. The night book. Don't really see much else of note, right? But actually, there's no blood. It's kind of weird, isn't it? You would. This whole thing is fishy. Anyway, let's open this up, see if there's any. Looks like the same. It's rather dull, isn't it? Like, look, there's not. Look here, Mr. Naruhodo, just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Mr. Zato. What could have happened to it? You don't think he lodged in the victim, do you? Oh god, that sounds terribly painful. It's either that, or it's never there in the first place, and it wouldn't be sharp. WAC. Okay, no. Other side? Okay. I mean, the fact that it's dull is interesting. Well, not dull, like the edge is missing. Too cowardly to admit defeat, denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, forgive me, Lord Van Zix. The defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mr. Zato? The book! Just trust in the book. You go on. Mr. Natsume is admitted to playing some part of the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, now you mention it. We visited him in the prison yesterday. He did tell us what all happened. Walking along the accursed pavement could make out the sole silhouette of another enemy. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. Does he want to overtake her? She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed under the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified, had to get away. I ran anyway. Green overcoat. He hates the color. Wait. That's not ladies first, is it? I don't think it's him. Exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Hold on. I'm looking up ladies first. If he's like the culprit behind everything, I'm gonna cry. No, okay, yeah, that's not him. I looked at his face. Yeah, that's definitely not him. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? Bernard has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty. The heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused. And how do you know this? In other words, there's nobody else who could have possibly stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. Seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. Our only chance. Cross-examination. Okay. There's one line in particular I wanted to press. Yeah, from behind. Hold on. Let's read back over everything, just what we've learned. Usually enough, scattering his belongings. Old books. Yeah, what was he reading? The Count of Monte Cristo. That's a very good book. Okay, this one first. Are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my lady. That is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. So more than just some more around to witness it. Okay, one of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. That's correct, ma'am. Okay, so it's not the couple that one of them's on the jury. You must hear their testimony. Prosecution will of course call them to the stand, should it be necessary. Wait a minute. 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter would have been dark already. I don't know how light the fog might have been. No one could have seen. Unaware of the situation on your tiny island. Here in the capital. Oh, okay. Here in the capital of Great Britain, all main roads are illuminated in the night by gas street lights. Ah. What's the sound? Do you guys hear that? Well, I can't tell if it's picking up because of a noise gate. Yeah, okay. Prosecution believes there would have been an ample light by which to witness the crime. Right, here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. It means we really need to hear those witness statements. Just get through all the fog of this cross exam. Okay, I thought that one might expand on something. Do we have anything that can... It's the books! Those are new books! Olive green stout build. Reporting officer Yore B. Seen from her personal... Maybe it has to do with the map? I don't want to press everything. Do I have to press everything? Okay, let's just start pressing everything. Hold it! Is this gonna be like every 2 presses again? Like some of the jury members won't know and we have to do another summation examination? Like for London. London's famous for its fog. People usually imagine that it gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. Talking about fog. Okay, hey, no jury. Hold it! From behind, you say? Great, just see from the sprint. Wait, so my current theory is she stabbed herself and just collapsed and... I don't know. Critical condition, comatose. Bring me the doctors. The Barts. We don't trust Barts. Hopefully should come around before the trial started so I could take a statement. It wasn't to be. Pity would have been most illuminating to her own. Yeah. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Okay, not the... Gandalf scattering his belongings all over the floor. Hold it! I mean, we can't read the title, so we do have to assume those are books. Secondhand books, they were. Did he buy secondhand books? Hold on. Yeah, it's a secondhand book. Okay. Could have easily carried all 3 books in one hand. Means so the hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. Very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? It's been extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He closed the one avenue of escape we might have had before you even knew it was there. Holding his belongings as he yeah. I mean, they're big books. The Count of Monte Cristo is very long. It's 1,000 pages, like 1,300 pages. I mean, unless you got the abridged version. If you got the abridged version, then, you know, just hang them already. I do not see what... Am I stupid? So I understand. A shop full of old English literature. Yeah, tell us more about the bookshop. Oh, it's gonna be added to the map. Perfect. Closest secondhand bookshop for the accused lodgings is the place here. Bourbon Books. Okay, that's a little place in the corner of Briar Road and Mearstrom Street. Yeah. Live there. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what happened. Very short walk. Locals map information. Local maps. Okay, yeah. I concur with the conclusion. Would have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular stop. Hold on. I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. I agree. Important thing. Oh, it's the name, isn't it? Because, yeah. Bookshops. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe. Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes! It'd be a very important clue. Very well. Not that I could see of any great significance. Okay. I always feel stupid when it's not immediately obvious. Then, you know, it's hidden in the presses, and I'm like, oh, okay. You may be any more sardonic? That.
Objection!
Oh, that's an objection. I'll take that. If I can stop you there, Inspector Gregson. Wait, do we have take that's in this game? I can't remember hearing a take that. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident. Details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. Found that in the accused room studio. Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Yore Books. Yore Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Oh, the Yore Books, Judge. He went to your house. Yes, my lord. Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Eh? What? Inspector, you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Yore Books is another second-hand bookshop, not far from Bourbon Books. Just that, well, it's a small place. I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection!
But in fact, this is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. This receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes. For what difference it makes? I mean, if it's on, you know, the other side of... Anyway, wherever the man purchases musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection!
I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here, if that might be any help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. The defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books. Then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Yore Books. It very well turned out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My. Rather depends on where this other bookshop is. I do declare it may be a possibility. Something so open-minded, Giselle Brett. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely could be right. We have no idea. Inspector Gregson, where is your book's establishment? I don't have a your book establishment, sir. Obviously we looked into that. Turns out that Yore Books, just here in the next corner of Mearstrom Street going east. So it depends on which way you went. Local maps information has been updated. Yeah. There you have it. As you can clearly see now. Oh. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown, the way he recounts us with such witticisms. To your future career in the circus. Shut up! I hate this guy. Put that glass down now, or I'll put it down for you. Give him a Susanoo takedown. Yeah. I think I need to spell it out. Here we go. The accused was coming home from Yore books instead of bourbon books. No doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, somewhat slow Nipponese friend. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes makes no difference in the final analysis. As I suspected, you can't fool me. Don't suggest you try. What did I say, eh? And enough of this now. Beg your pardon? I'm really sorry. Can you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't give up. What do you mean? Prosecution's assertion is correct. Members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Ah, absolutely right. You must think. Must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very carefully. So Seki-san must have passed the location. Oh my, are we really arguing this? Assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Blame yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. Turning from your books to his lodgings. You want to follow the route suggested by the he could have. However, that isn't the only conceivable way in the two places. Trying to use these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. Feel compelled to point out that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. How would, you know, a Japanese guy who's been here a week know that? Ah. On a cold winter's night, why wouldn't a man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings, the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
But, yes, I've got it. I mean, now that I think about it, it's really convenient that they were stabbed right where the window of, you know, this place is pointing. Like, they had to get stabbed there, right? Like, they couldn't, you know, get stabbed, like, up here, for example. You can see my mouse, right? Oh, I hope you can. I tried to disable that before, but now I hope I kept it enabled. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume what route he took home. I've already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. Claims that he has no recollection. Ah. That's right. As I said, Luke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He doesn't remember where he was or which route he took. I don't believe this. I'm committing to that bit. I thank you, my learned friend. It's just that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. I mean, I haven't proven anything. Either way. Pray, what take you insightful jurors? But even if that is the case, defense still hold it. Even everyone, Bruce, you believe in me, right, Bruce? I agree with Lord Vanzix. Dang it, Bruce. I thought we were friends. Wholeheartedly, in every way. I mean, I think I did accuse you of possibly being a murderer, but I mean, we were friends, right? What? Don't believe it. Does this mean? Three members of the jury. Completely convinced now. Speak for yourself. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty.
Oh.
Guilty.
What is that
Guilty.
thing?
Guilty.
They're stealing my job.
Guilty. Guilty.
Dang it, Judge. Why do you have to speak up? It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. To the insightful members of the jury, applaud your brave resolve. Serve Queen and country admirably. Now you hold on. Oh, not yet. This isn't over yet. You'll have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. Heck yeah, my dude. Tip the balance of those scales the other way. To turn this around. Somehow. Those are the guys of Quarry, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense rooted into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will. It's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his own kiss refusal to throw in his alley. I don't. What is this British word? Yes. Onus? Is it a typo? Oh no, I put in two N's. Ankis? No, okay. AI keep. I don't want the AI definition. I want the Collins Dictionary. Unpleasant, unattractive, or unacceptable. Bad. Austral slang. Austral? Is that like Austria? What is Austral? The southern hemisphere. Also Australia. What? I've never heard that before. Has anyone? Nobody's ever done that before. Very well then. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Judicial findings. Jurors' contentions. Pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity. He already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, I can only have been the victim. Man would have been gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, out in winter. The poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. Really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? Oh. Good books, nice shop that is, but bourbon books, not worth it. How dreadful. Only minor exceptions. The reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. The stabbing occurred. The only two people on the scene were the victim and the accused. The accused himself is admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eye. Furthermore, I've heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man. Oh dear. The judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like? How are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? Wait, what was the details of the poison used in case one? Because I've gotta. So there's no blood in the crime scene, right? So if like she's not faking it, I'm imagining like a weekend at Bernie's, like she's standing up and just happens to fall over when he walks by. Like she was poisoned, and it'd have to be a poison like the British can't detect. Oh, I mean, Would they even check her for poison? Like if they see a stab wound, but I don't even. This is impossible. I possibly make a case for the defense. Mr. Naruhodo, no time for grumbling. Want to force the trial to continue? Say no. Turn the tide. Make the jurors change their mind. 4 of them. Exactly. No choice. Forge forward. Let's coincidentally FF which you type in to surrender. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. Need to keep this trial going. Whatever it takes. Maybe if I keep slapping myself, they'll want to continue. Come on, Yunosuke, you can do it. Hey, Gregson's back there. Defense's rebuttal. He admitted it. Said the woman in green collapsed. Have only been the victim. Wouldn't have gone around the bookshops. Poor woman was attacked from behind. Was she how dreadful? I really don't care. Okay, so it looks like it's got to be these first 4. Do we have to actually press them? Let's press that. Can't deny there's other routes you could have taken. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? I was like, Calabash Road or something? Parasite, I love the smug look with the sword. Seems to me, what counts as with the little Japanese fellow actually went up that way or not. Oh. Yeah, that's true. At the moment, there's no proof that shows us he did, is there? No proof against it though. True as well. Do we have innocence before proving guilty? Britain? He himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Yes, that's annoyingly true. Or what's the reasonable doubt? Wait, what's the thing? Winter nights are dark and cold, so I'd say you want to get home as quickly as possible. Is it all true? Yeah. Wait, hold on. What was that? There's a sound effect. There's some logical reason why you might have gone Calabash Road away. It'd be different. Happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. I suspect you might have taken the longer way home. Good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to enjoy this young man's opinion without one. Do we have a reason? Wait. Wait, is it? Why isn't it worth a visit? Is there something? Maybe they have like a recruiter outside who's always trying to pressure you to join. Like, you know, come in. What he said was hold it. Do you visit your workbooks often? The old books they have in there. Enjoy reading them over a nice cup of tea. Daily routine, you see? Same thing every day. From the day you're talking about. Oh. What time of day did you visit? It would have been just before 5 that I left. Oh, that's convenient. The daily routine, you see? Same thing every day. Doing the books you're talking about. Before 5? Exactly when the victim was attacked. He did it! Are you sure about the time? Oh yes, no mistake there. Remember it well. Not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after such a dreadful time. And what do you mean? Walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and donked my head. Always worse after the snow stopped falling. When it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. Thought my number was up. Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road. That's right. Live in corn pipe, you see? And now Calabash is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. Juror number 6. I must insist. Add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry. Extremely sick. I'm quite alright. Oh. Yeah. I don't see exactly how that connects, but I guess it depends on how he words it. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Oh wait, no, I want to see what his new line is. Slipped over that evening myself on Calabash Road. I knocked myself clean out, you know? I don't see how that connects. Wait, maybe, did she just trip on the ice? Press that, press that. Mendes having seen someone wearing a green overcoat. Wait! Oh my god. I get it now! I get it now! I get it now! He's wearing green, right? He's wearing green! Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reason. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2? Juror number 6? Whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. Like I was loud or anything. At least one fact of which we can be sure here. Bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, went to Yore books and purchased a number of secondhand titles, then returned home on foot. But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember, seeing someone appear in front of him. Someone in a green overcoat, then they collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. We're well aware of this. Poor young woman had been stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever you do you mean? Sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened, right? Same afternoon, there's somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat, I mean, that's a presumption, who fell over in the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! This is also very convenient for us. Goodness, you mean? That's great. Referring, of course, the hard of hearing juror number 6. That's mean. Are you really suggesting the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes is the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? It's entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Look at that. My goodness me. Sorry. You need a pee? Crucially, we know precisely where the old man in green overcoat fell. Alibi showed. Therefore, the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6. It means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. If that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! You idiot old man. You'd have been so daft to be roaming about there. Would have boxed us off hours ago. Really? What were you thinking? Were you such a befuddling coat? Yeah, green? Disgusting. What do you say to me? Crime for the elderly that'll walk the street these days and scrub a slip over in the ice. The crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it? Hold it. Gotta do it, make of course. My lord, do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but you'd like to change your leaning, I presume. I do declare that I would. Oh, shoot. That line. I'd like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Ow. That's just really weird. People don't change their minds. Never happened before in the history of humankind. Okay, what's the other one then? I assume it's related to 3. Is that either 1 or 4? Because 5, he's just kind of there. We should change a couple minds at least. Strengthen our position. Asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only. Just identify one more clue or discrepancy. Might be able to tip the balance. Exactly what we've got to do, yeah. Thinks he's looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. Gotta prevent, whatever it means we have at our disposal. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. But he admitted himself, didn't he? Attack from behind. How dreadful. Press this. Whatever's the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garrett, aren't you? Landlord who rents Mr. Natsume as your home. Master's wife? When do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid. Oh yeah. Don't outer. Keeping up that charade? Awkward? Why didn't you mention this yesterday? You've been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Let's try not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial. The letter I received. It's very clear. Fred had no choice. Anyway, Mr. I wonder if the jury was actually rigged. I mean, these have been kind of weird coincidences, right? Like Bruce, who kind of has a reason not to like Ryunosuke, someone who knew Natsume, 6 who that Yore books, which him tripping can't have been planned, could it have been? I don't know. He takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Only been for over. Oh, okay. Here we go. We got him. Okay. I get it now. She's gonna add that to her testimony. Never speaks. People think you must be building a bomb in there or something. They didn't have bombs back then. Better be careful, but if I do this. Wait. Is that not added? Like, it's there, right, in the presses, but neither of them are added. So I'm gonna try it.
Objection.
That.
Hold it.
Yeah, okay. I didn't think that would work, but like, it's clearly there, right? Because he said if you have a reason, you would take that road, and she's been like, yeah, he's only been there a week. I mean, that adds up in my head. Okay, press him. Aren't you? Yes, that's right. It's the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. You're a banker, aren't you? With the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. Was there a gold rush in Australia? I don't know what down under refers to. I only know about the California gold rush. That's all they teach us. Done swimmingly until he started boss the king around. It was fair play. It was a man of repute. I mean, I guess it could be Africa. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten. Treated me the other day. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Humors, the police won't stop badgering him. Turn back the clock. Don't know about the Hatter. At least I'm in the clear now. Free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Yeah, I think maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind given our awkward history. Wonder what's becoming of Mr. First now. Ladies, he's gotta show back up as a juror in the next case, right? What do you do for work, sir? Man's life is on the line. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too. So's my family's. Thanks of what you wouldn't understand. A laborer like me can't afford to take light time off. I don't work, I don't eat. Neither do the wife and kids. Do you not get paid like $1 an hour doing jury duty? Well, what's jury duty in America? Well, not Britain. I don't know what it's like in Britain, but I know in America you get paid a very, very small amount of money for doing jury duty. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs to do. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the road stuck up to fix it. A hard slog from dawn to dusk it is. So, you're out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, remember rightly. Just around the corner from where it all. Oh, that's convenient. Oh, the roads were under construction. Okay, yeah. Okay. Add that to the testimony. And hit that.
Objection.
Your statements are clearly at odds. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. It was him. Get him. Oh, what's with the holes? What? I just want to get this done and dusted. No, juror number 3? Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words are just extremely significant. Take a moment to consider the implications that's been set up on our map of the local area. day in question, or not to make visited. This bookshop had purchased a number of secondhand books. The same day, we now know there are works being carried on Meerstrom Street, making it impassable. It means that the defendants are at home, but not have taken them along Meerstrom. I want to with the British words. I'm not M Street and down Briar Road. Oh yes, of course. Well, what do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? Must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3 said the following. Man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may? Yes? I don't think it, in all good conscience, consider the man's guilty now. Juror number 3 is a bro. I love this guy. Gonna hate it when he turns out to be the culprit. I'd like to see the trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. What about you, sir? Well, me? Well, alright then. There's a hole in the prosecution's argument. It should be filled in. That's what I say. He's good at filling holes. It's not meant to be thick and he does manual labor. It's not. But that summation examination is concluded by how they live shifted a bit. The A is 2, the no's 4. So no's have it. Not guilty, they say. Means we no longer have consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue.
Objection!
Don't throw it. Don't shatter it, come on. Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Yeah, that's pretty churlish, I'd say. Only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zix? It seems, to retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credit these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Here we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Actually, I'm a lawyer. Whatever do you mean? I don't think attacking the jury is good for your case. I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, stalwart juror number 5 is undoubtedly repairing their road, as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sorry? That's right. It was the whole day and they paid me measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me. Do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? That's 6 feet, right? A yard's 3 feet, right? I'm not stupid? Honestly, I don't have a clue, no. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. I don't know what that means. What's a meter? 2 meters? Not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. He said he was turning people back. You really think Nazi made the book guy is gonna jump it? Would he not agree my stroke? Wait. How? Yards? 6 feet. Yeah, it's 3. That's 6 feet. You think he's jumping 6 feet over the ground being worked on? Me? Can't say you're wrong, though. What? Do you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. Oh, I guess they weren't working that late. But coaches would have had a hope of passing anyway. We just turned any gentlefolk back when they came. But no, I can't tell if he's still there. He's just jumped right over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman, as far as I can see. 6 feet though? Is that feels like a lot. How far can a human jump on average? College age males 8 to 9 feet. They jump 8 to 9 feet? High school athletes 9 to 10? I don't. Maybe in my head, 6 yards. I mean, I don't know if I could do that. Anyway, no coaches would have had a hope of passing him. Wait, now, little doubt over, he could spring over a 2-yard trench into meanderings around. With the books in hand, the incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. We no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Jonas may walk down Briar Road. Wait, do you have the titles of those books? Ah, crushed. Single sentence. And, old man. Cold man, you can talk. You said that around 5 o'clock in the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there suspicious looking Nippon knees behind you at the time? Oh, I remember. He doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. I mean, that's his whole argument is unprovable. He's just saying that because the two of them were the only ones there, it don't have to be him. No, your nose kid, come on, fight back, dude. Order, order. Lord Ransix, explain yourself. My lord, if you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer during the summation examination? He's not allowed to talk during it. Wanted to give this young foreigner the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury so readily swayed. But my hospitality has its limits. They've been reached, I feel. Oh, not the cave! So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What? What are you talking about? My lord, the prosecution requests permission, calls next witnesses to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forward the witnesses. Next witnesses? Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions there were eyewitnesses to the incident. We've been waiting for this the whole time. I remember, one of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. Right, that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter who Vansix brings to the stand as his witnesses, no matter what they say, believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. Keep believing to the very end, till this battle's over. Okay? Don't do- oh. Those are designs. Okay, we're gonna call it there. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys next time. Oh yeah, I should be saying some of YouTuber. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Haha. I do really enjoy it when I get comments though. Like there's one guy who always leaves like really detailed, nice comments. Love you, that person. That the other one though. Recently I got a comment from someone. I think they had a Suzato picture, and they said, "I love Great Ace Attorney" in all caps. You know, really appreciate that. That's a great comment. Anyways, see you guys next time. Bye.